Ahoj lidi. Tak, posledně jsme si ukazovali různé cesty do Khorinisu, do městečka. A já jsem teďka, myslím, že jsem říkal, že začnu tady, jak jsme šli úplně zadem, okolo té zadní brány. A tadyhle, jak jsme tam utíkali před tím prasetem a tadyhle pod té skále dolů a seskočili jsme sem ke kasárnám. Takže já tady rovnou začnu, protože tohle je ta cesta, kterou jsem si třeba vybral, dejme tomu, i když nakonec mi na tom tolik nezáleželo. Ale ne, to tak uděláme a myslím, že začneme rovnou začneme něčím zajímavým. Počkejte, já si to asi nějak uložím. Tak, uložíme si to. Tamhle je Lares, s tím mluvit teda ještě nechci. Tadyhle je Mou a s tím mluvit chci. Teda jakoby chci. Tak trošku. Ale nejdřív, on totiž po nás bude chtít vydírat. A my mu dáme co pro to. Možná, že mu nedám co pro to, uvidíme. Ne.
No, I'm not headed for the tavern.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. But that isn't important, and that's why we can get straight down to business. Since you're new here, I'll make you an offer. You give me 50 gold pieces and you can go. That's your entrance fee for the tavern.
Já nechci.
But I don't want to go to the tavern.
You know, sooner or later, everyone wants to go into the tavern. So you can pay right now. Then you'll have it over with.
Forget it. You won't get a single coin.
Then I'll take everything you have.
Nobody ever asks me.
It can't go on like this forever. And now for the fun part. Don't stop now.
Takhle probíhají některý souboje.
Finish him.
Oh.
Don't stop now.
Give it your all.
Finish him. Don't stop now.
Hit him.
By se mi to líp dělalo, kdybych měl na sobě brnění nějaký pořádný. Ale nemám. A budu doufat. Budu doufat, že mě netrefí. Netrefil. Víte. Tak mu sebereme nějaký zlato. Ještě tady má někde ten svůj placek. Tak. A to je Mou. Nemusíme ho zabíjet. No a takhle některý ty nepřátelé takhle bojují blbě. Ale některý to nedělají, takže si člověk musí dát bacha.
All right, you win. What do you want?
Okay.
You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
Můžeme rovnou
Sure
mluvit.
thing. Why?
What kind of rumors are floating about?
Around here, we don't like people who ask too many questions. Especially not if they're
Ale my už se známe.
Why don't I see any militia?
They don't dare come in here. We take care of things ourselves.
Okay.
How's the shipping traffic?
The only ship that's come here recently is the Paladin ship.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
over there behind the rocky ridge to the southwest.
It can't go on like this forever.
No one's ever gonna change that. Nobody ever
Okay.
asks.
I get so worked
Tak to byl Mou. Nějak se nám zešeřilo hodně, ale jdeme rovnou za Laresem teda. Dostaneme 500 zkušeností, což je hodně. Teď díky tomu, že jsme sem přišli jinudy. No, není. Není to jediná cesta, je to jedna z cest.
Hey, Laris, you
Dejme
old
tomu, že ho
scoundrel,
známe.
how did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Jasně, byl šéf těch
Of course I
žoldnéřů.
remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for the militia.
To stejně budu dělat. Teda to učednictví.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
Všechno.
How do I find the landowner's farm?
It's quite simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
Říkal towards the east, ale říkalo se tam na sever? A to je jedno.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
Jo.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here, but that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Říkal otevřený přístav jako open sea. Nejdeme ještě teda určitě. Možná příště. Ještě se podíváme, co nás může naučit. To se totiž hodit bude.
Teach me some.
Můžeme si zvednout sílu a obratnost. Jo, mimochodem, už asi udělám časem. Mimochodem, to jsem vlastně možná ani neřekl, ale my jsme našli někde, myslím, že to bylo v Zardasově věži, ten opasek, který nám přidává sílu, opět zvyšuje. Takže máme sílu ne 10, ale 15. K tomu opasku, akorát, že tady není vidět, protože ho nemám vybavený. Tak, celou dobu jsem ho neměl vybavený. Tak, je tady docela tma, já myslím, že si půjdeme lehnout, ale to je blbá cesta, to je špatný směr. Budeme si lehnout. A všechno ostatní vyřešíme až ráno. Já myslím, že času dost. Kdyby aspoň bylo trošku větší světlo, ale ono je teda tma jak v pytli. Tadyhle je Konstantino, tadyhle vlevo. Tadyhle někde je hotel. A tam můžeme, to ještě nevíme, ale je to tak. Dozvěděli bychom se to od toho. Vlastně jsme se to už dozvěděli, že jo?
Customer, what can I do for you?
Jsme mluvili, už s Lotarem jsme vlastně už mluvili, i když teďka vlastně ne, ale v té druhé epizodě, že jo?
I'm looking for a room.
You're in the right place then.
Super.
What does it cost to spend the night?
Absolutely. The paladins are responsible for the lodging of all
Super.
travelers.
So can I stay the night here for free?
Yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Why do the paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off the streets so they don't make any mischief. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the traveling traders. Now that the farmers are rebelling, we have to rely on the traders for provisions. Besides, I think they want to improve the morale in the city a bit. Lord Andre has even arranged for free beer to be given out at the Gala Square.
Who's staying?
Almost all of them are traveling.
Aha.
Don't even think about messing with their stuff. I don't want any trouble here.
No jasně. Ale to se ještě tak můžeme pobavit později. Teď si hlavně chci jít lehnout, ať můžeme jít dělat, co je potřeba dělat. Tak. Sara. Tak si lehneme třeba sem. Pustíme do rána. Tak. A teďka. Já jsem sice říkal, to všecko udělám mimo kameru, ale nakonec jsem se rozhodl, že to přece jenom udělám na kameru. Máme tady nějaký městce, jo, který asi využiju, protože jestli se nepletu, kde mám peněze, mám 204. Já si budu chtít koupit brnění. Brnění, kde jsou ty městce? A lepší brnění, a to stojí 250, kožený brnění. To si chci koupit. Tak to za prvé. Brnění si můžeme koupit. Počkej, Kantar podle mě ještě furt čeká před tou Lobartovou farmou. Mám pocit, že se Kantarovi úplně vyhnu. Já vlastně vůbec nevím, jestli se vyplatí s ním jako mluvit, jo. Respektive vyhnu. Ne tak docela. Jenom trošku. Tamhle Lothar tam to čeká. Vedle v noci. Tak, Mateo.
What can I do for you?
What are you selling?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor of snapper leather. Still unused. Interested?
A docela i jo. Nejdřív mi ukaž tohle. Takže. Pochodeň, voda. Máš... No to jsme mohli prodat na sklacku. 60, 50, no tak takhle šípy aspoň. Něco na léčení. Zlato. Tyjo, kolik máš zlata? Nekonečně nebo co? Pohrabáš. Krátký luk. Když ho prodám za 15, dostanu 15. A když má hodnotu 15, nebo cenu 15. Tak to by bylo 260. Jo, OK. Krumpáč. Tohle si necháme. Rezavou sekeru asi nechci. No, to si pak můžu vyřídit. Rezavý meč. Já nepotřebuji mít tolik rezavých mečů. Pohrabáč, jaký můžeš nechat. Vlčí nůž asi používat nikdy nebudu, no. Myslím. Takže ho v podstatě můžu taky prodat, když by na to přišlo, ale když tak vyřešíme potom. Co víš o paladinech?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out...
And?
Of course they let me in.
Pardon.
I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
Ty vláho, to musí být hrozný.
The paladin seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Okay. Hej, počkejte, tam je ten... Lothar, s ním ještě chci mluvit. Jo. No, víte co? Koupíme si tu zbroj, stejně budu potřebovat. Vlastně nevím, jestli si dá někde ukrást.
You'll love it.
Už teď jí miluju. Tak. Těžko.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What do you...
I've got an important message.
Well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
I don't see why I should even try.
You're probably right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business. But even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away.
Okay.
Because they have their orders.
Jasně.
So can you help me get into the upper quarter?
It seems to be really important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here, but it'll cost you.
How exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
What are you asking for your help?
100 gold pieces.
That's a whole damn lot.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But
In principle, it's my gold. Gritta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
Okay.
Where could I sign on as an apprentice then?
Basically, with any master here on the main street.
Jo, ale v podstatě
That
jenom
would be
3.
Harrod the smith, Bospa the bowmaker, Thorben the carpenter, or
Thorben taky?
Constantino the
Ne.
alchemist. One of them is bound to take you on. But it's important that the other masters agree. That's always been the custom here in Khorinis.
Jo, ale když...
Why don't you take me on as an apprentice?
I would, but the other masters wouldn't agree. I just recently took on another apprentice.
Okay. Chápu.
How do I get the approval of the other masters?
You just have to convince them. Go and talk to them. But if more than one of them is against you, you don't stand a chance. So behave yourself.
Jo, ale tak teďka mám... Ta Gritta je neteř toho Thorbena,
Where
ne?
can I find this Gritta?
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece. His house is down the
Ale
street, the
Gritta.
last house on the right before the smithy.
Is there another way to get into the upper quarter?
Perhaps, if I think of anything.
OK, tak jo. Tak to bychom měli. Teďka máme brnění. Můžeme se oblíknout. Vypadáme jako frajer. Frajersky. Tak, tady je Lothar. Chceme s ním mluvit. Ale jo.
Halt, stranger. I didn't see you come through this gate.
Šel zadem asi.
And the guards on the other gate have orders not to let any unknown persons into the city.
Well,
I shall have to have a word with
To jo,
those
promluv si
two.
s ním.
But now for us two. I am Lothar, paladin
To
of
ti
the
gratuluju.
king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all
No,
over this
jiný
town,
hlas.
everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
Jiný hlas, to je přídavek. No zavrana. Už jsme vlastně to.
the townspeople are simply
Vyšeli,
disappearing.
že jo?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers
Jasně,
right
jasně.
now. So don't provoke them when you're in town. Understood?
Pěkný brnění.
I have an important message for the leader of the paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Where did you pick that up then?
Tak počkej.
Listen, the city
Vybalíme
is
hnedka
threatened by
doufy.
dragons.
That can't
Toho
be
přesvědčí.
true.
Ne.
Another
Asi
lunatic.
ne.
We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about dragons, I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling
to
dragon
zajímavý.
tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the
Kdo to
people.
tady asi říkal?
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego.
Diego!
I think so, in any case. I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
Okay.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
Just like you said.
Jasně,
Where can I...
If you're looking for a place,
Taky
the
víme.
paladins pay for the traveling traders.
jasně.
Where did you pick that up then?
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The sacred eye of Innos. How do you know about
To ví
that?
prakticky všichni.
You're not a member of the order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our order to you, but he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers
Jak to
on it.
můžeš vědět?
I don't want to hear any more about it. First you start with fairy tales about dragons, and then this. Incredible.
Tak já jdu.
I've got to go.
Wait. You don't know the new laws of the city yet.
Later.
To je docela vtipný vlastně. OK. Tak. Pozor. Nazdar. Tak, teďka si můžeme promluvit s kantarem. A protože už máme lepší oblečení, ne to trestanecký, nebo co, tak on nás neprokoukne. Můžeme si od něho koupit pánvičku a on nás nebude vydírat a budeme, všeobecně od něho budeme mít pokoj. I když on už tady není? Aha. Tak on už odešel, no. Tak v tom případě to je vždycky těžký. Jedno tady je, pak tady zas není. Tak on bude asi už ve městě na tržnici. Ale to znamená, že se musím vrátit zase zpátky. Krucinál. No což. No. Jak teď by se možná mohlo hodit. Protože můžeme získat ještě další zkušenosti.
What is it?
You aren't getting.
Why not?
Look in the we got it.
Jasně, hele, potřebuji mluvit.
I need to see the leader of the paladins. I've got an important message for him.
Oh, and what?
The hosts of evil are camped in the valley of Khorinis.
In the Valley of Mines. You come from.
No, but I've been sent by someone who saw them.
Who sent?
A magician.
You have news from the magician?
No, not this
I don't believe you.
Okay.
The army of evil is led by dragons.
What? Nick, if you served up that story to Lord Hagen, scram!
Okay, tak.
How? You
Ale
aren't.
jo,
Why
jo.
not?
Look in the way. We got enough.
Jo. Tak,
I've come to join.
That's a good one. Try that.
OK, tak tohle.
I'm bringing.
Really?
Tak a dostali jsme 100 zkušeností, což je fajn. Tak. Nazdar.
That's not what I heard.
Ale,
I've got to.
Wait.
Later.
počkej.
believe this is gonna change.
Tak jo. Tak to bychom měli.
There's nothing you can do about it.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
And so he set himself between his brothers
Tak.
in order to reconcile their dispute, and he did not succeed.
No, je tam. Já jsem říkal, že se s ním nechci vůbec zabývat. Já vlastně nevím, jestli se mi to moc vyplatí nebo nevyplatí, to je fuk. Ale chci...
Hey, you.
What can I do for you?
To je zajímavá věta.
What do you have to offer?
I am a traveling merchant. I sell a bit of everything.
Show me.
Take your.
Potřebuju tohle. A... Nevím, si hrábě kladivo. pilu. A stříbrný prsten. A táhni.
I've gotta go.
Suit your...
Tak, to bychom měli. Teď můžeme uspokojit Hildu, manželku Roberta, pořídit to farmářské oblečení, dá ho Gregovi, aby mohl do města. A peněz mám dost, ne? 68 vlastně. Bude nás 140. Tady je Torben. Já se pak budu muset všem nějak... Takže aby mě někdo mohl vzít do učení, tak musí všichni mistři souhlasit, teda včetně Torbena. A tak dále. Kdybych šel třeba k tomu Bosperovi, tak musím vysvětlit Konstantína, prostě všechny. 26 minut. Už nemám moc času.
Hey. Give me the gun.
Are you saying I...
Here's your frying pan.
Fine,
Můžeš
let...
věřit, dostali jsme ještě 50 zkušeností. Nejsem vývar. Děkuju. Tak můžeme za Lobartem. A Lobart nám prodá za 40 zlaťáků, což je relativně hodně. Já jsem si myslel, že to je koupit levnějc, ale evidentně ne tady. Tak.
How much?
Well, you've worked the field.
Jasně, manželku, jasně, víno, jasně, malé. OK. Dej to sem. Jo. Všecko ti tam nechám, kromě těch šatů. Tak. Dostal jsem radu, abych... Já si původně myslel, že budu hrát za paladina, abych zkusil Drakobice. Drakobice jsem nikdy nehrál v Gothicu. Dvojce. Tak to možná fakt vyzkouším. Proč ne vlastně? Mohlo by to být zajímavý. A jako mistra Bospera nebo Harada, čili kovář nebo lovce, asi možná vyzkoušíme toho Bospera, když už půjdeme na toho Drakobice.
About the city.
Yes?
You
Jasně.
could get into the city as a herb gatherer.
What? Do I look like I'd be picking flowers
To
in the
je jedno.
woods?
Oni jsou úplně dutý.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
Vypadáš úplně přesně jako farmář.
50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Jo. Tak jo, tak to bychom měli. Vydělali jsme 10 zlaťáků na tom, že jsme to za 40 koupili. Jsme koupili... Počkat, já jsem měl 68. Za 40 jsem to koupil, takže to je 28, 50, 78. Mám o 20 víc. To je podle mě špatně. To byl špatně ten titulek. Nějak. To bylo nějak špatně. Protože jinak bychom měli podstatně méně peněz. Si se nepletu. Tak mi to řekni. Jasně, ale my už jsme to slyšeli, takže... Hele. Jasně, to už taky víme. Jasně. Jasně.
What do I have to do to get armor like
Píchneme
yours?
dětka.
What? You're not? How can you only if you
Jasně. Tak.
I've got to.
Tak, čau.
It's a bad business. You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Basper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Khorinis?
To ti nemůžu říct.
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
A kde bych měl lepší oblečení?
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well,
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Hardly know who to believe these days.
why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If
pravda.
you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself.
Bartok.
His name
Ja.
is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Khorinis Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
What if I want to sign on with one of the other masters?
Balderdash. Herod and Matteo already have apprentices. Constantino the alchemist is a loner, and he hasn't taken an apprentice in years. And as for Thorben, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably couldn't even pay you. I, on the other hand, am in urgent need of an apprentice, and I pay well too. But no matter where you want to sign on, you need the approval of all other masters from the lower part of town.
Will I get your approval to sign up with a different master?
All right, you shall have my approval, but on one condition. Work for me, at least for a short time. That way, you can find out for yourself whether you like my craft or not. And who knows, maybe you'll end up liking it, and you'll stay with me. If you're good enough to sign on with me, you're also good enough for all others here.
These are bad times.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like. Or, you can start with one of...
Jasně.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really.
Okay.
You take a sharp blade and
Já
bring
to
me the...
nepotřebuji, to je jasný. Tak,
That's what I've always said.
dobrý. Škoda, že jsem zlikvidoval tolik vlků bez toho.
He simply talks.
Tak, počkejte. Tady někde...
Hey, you,
Jo,
wait.
to seš
You
ty
look
zase.
familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right?
That doesn't surprise me.
Here. We found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
No, nevím.
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you.
Okay.
You'll find him in the barracks.
Okay.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Perfect.
Ah, fresh face. You're not from Khorinis, are you? This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere, no work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
Se nedivím, že jsi Schwartz, když tady máš skříně všecky venku, na dešti, na větru.
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
Okay.
What if I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the other masters here?
All right, I shall give you my approval. But you had better get yourself the blessing of the gods first. Say, are you a man of faith?
Well, if you mean, do I say my prayers regularly?
I see. A man who does not ply his trade with the blessing of the gods will never receive my approval. Ask for the gods' forgiveness for your transgressions. Then go to Vatras, the priest of Adonos, and have him give you his blessing. He will tell you where you can find a priest of Innos. You should get his blessing too. Once you have received the blessing of the gods, I shall vote for you.
Okay. Ten už to nemohl poslouchat. Odešel.
Have you had an apprentice before?
Yes, and not too long ago.
And what happened?
His name is Elvrich. He's my nephew. I was quite pleased with him, actually, but one day he simply didn't show up for work.
Where is Elvrich now?
How would I know? He kept hanging around that filthy brothel by the harbor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still warming the bed of some whore down there.
Okay.
How long has it been since you saw him?
I guess it must be about 2 weeks.
To je dlouho. To bude jeden z těch, co zmizel.
Have you reported that to the militia?
Of course I have. They were supposed to catch him and see to it that the lazy bones does his work. But I already regret that. He can do whatever he wants. Sooner or later he'll realize he'll get nowhere in Khorinis without a decent job.
Is that so?
Okay.
So, you know a lot about locks.
What good is a fine chest without a fine lock? I make my own locks. That way, I can at least be sure I haven't built my chest that sturdy for nothing. A poorly made lock is easy to break, and there are plenty of thieves about in Khorinis, especially lately.
What do you know about the paladins?
Not much. They arrived by ship 2 weeks ago from the mainland. Since then, they have withdrawn to the upper end of town. Nobody here really knows exactly why they have come. Many are afraid of an attack by the orcs. I suppose, however, that they are here to quell the farmers' rebellion.
To mě překvapilo. OK. Děláme si rychlý uložení.
Hey.
Tak. Aktuálně.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one. I'm not going to teach you any.
Jasně, chápu.
Do you know anything about the peasants' rebellion?
Rumor has it that Onar, the landowner, has hired mercenaries to keep the king's troops from breathing down his neck. He was probably tired of having to throw his harvest along with his livestock at paladins and militia. All we notice of this in town is that the food prices keep rising. Onar's farm lies far to the east of here. We wouldn't know if there's any fighting going on there. And if you want to know more, ask the merchants in the marketplace. They get around the island more than I do.
OK. Kdy to už tak vyřešíme jindy. Já si teďka chci povídat s těma mistrama. Ty seš učedník.
Hey! I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice.
Okay.
Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean, do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city, and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
Myslím, že budeme někde chtít.
When can I...
Not before you...
Myslím si, že tady někde možná bude získat ta skrytí zbraň nějaké jinak.
Can I sign on as an apprentice with a different master?
The other masters may well approve, but I will only give you my approval when you first prove that you're good for something.
Okay.
Hey, you!
New in the city, huh? I'm Brian. I'm Master Harrod's apprentice.
Okay.
What's it like to be the smith's
Skoro si
apprentice?
skřeta?
Why do you ask? You want to be my successor?
Maybe.
Why not? I'm almost done with my apprenticeship, and then I'm gonna leave the city. But not because of Harrod. He is a good master. I have learned a lot from him.
Zabil si skřeta.
Why do you want to leave this town?
Because the people here are getting on my nerves above all the other masters. I still remember what a fuss it was getting accepted as an apprentice with Harrod. Really, every one of them jokers had something to say about it. I want to decide for myself who I can or can't take as an apprentice.
Tell me more about Master Harrod.
He's not in a very good mood right now. A few days ago, the paladins came and ordered him to forge some swords for them. They've even forbidden him to sell swords to anyone else. Now he slaves day and night to finish the job as quickly as possible.
Can I buy weapons?
Not really. The weapons that are made in this smithy are collected by the but if it has anything to
Jasně.
well, then he sells all the map and Constantine.
Jasně.
What?
I can sell you some steel.
Cokoliv. OK. Pocit. Že u Harada se dá hodně vydělat, mám pocit. Možná i víc, ne, možná i nejvíc. Konstantino. Nazdar.
What do you want? I'm not giving anything away.
Can I sell you some herbs?
If you have any to offer.
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you going to sign up?
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask my approval? As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you like.
Show me your wares.
Mhm. OK. Takže se pak musím podívat, a kdybych chtěl být tvým.
With me? No! I have already had the dubious pleasure once of grappling with an apprentice. That's quite enough for me. I invested several years in his education, and in the end, the poor fool up and poisoned himself. Go sign up with one of the other masters.
OK. No. To si pak ještě probereme. Můžu to číst? Ne. Tak. My to jsme mluvili se všema. Já se musím podívat, jestli s tím s Konstantínem, jestli nemá nějaký úkol, který bych chtěl dostat, protože myslím, že by mě měl chtít poslat na bylinky, ale nevím přesně, jak to teďka funguje. Musím se podívat. Tak jo, pro dnešek to ale bude všecko. Myslím, že jsme toho udělali dostatek. Dokonce jsme měli jeden vítězný souboj. Příští epizodě nevím, možná, že tady ještě chvilku udělám nějaký, povídám si s lidma, udělám nějaký úkoly, co se dají udělat tady ve městě, ale pak už bych asi chtěl vyrazit na lov s tím pro Bospora. Tak jo, díky za pozornost a uvidíme se zítra. Ahoj.